No, I haven't thought of it, time to rename it, Drew.
Alright, I've given you folks enough fucking time. It's playtime, damn it. Everyone copy your tokens.
I'm copied.
We're going to the basic battle map. You
Alright.
should be able to shift to it just fine. It's like battle map section. I will now delete this old Tarnos hack and Gryph's asshole character. Get out of
No
this.
hack!
I gotta save my
Not the
dog.
dinosaur.
Yes, and make sure you save your tokens on the off chance that Java crashes.
Okay.
Perhaps because, yes, some mad German decides that he wants to bring the world tumbling down.
Mad German macro science.
Sadness.
Just what we need.
I'm just sitting where I'm
Right.
here
Okay.
I has entered the battlefield.
I has entered the battlefield. Fantastic. Okay, so, give you a basic explanation of what these battle maps are working. Just as a reminder, combat takes place narratively. It does not bother to measure out specific movements, and I'm not going to do so. These narrative grids are arbitrary forms of measurement designed to tell you when something is nearby, or when something is far away, or when something is beyond far away. And these grids will in tendency be very small, so that if you want to step off the grid, basically, you're just consigning yourself to wanting to leave the battlefield. Which is something that you can do individually. You can run like a bitch, or the group collectively can decide to take the PC flee option and suffer a campaign loss. Which, for the first session, is going to end up being, well, the caravan, the wagon has been lost. Now, battle maps will look something like this, but I also have some other test designs, like that. These are just like little designs that I've made specifically for our little test battling here, or that.
Fancy.
Not particularly, but yes, there's your explanation. Depending on how combat ends up starting will determine where I will allow you folks to start at. Like if you're walking down the road in the middle of a forest, and you might end up just being along, anywhere along that road, we're gathered together, or you might end up being in certain spots. And there might be battle grids which end up being bigger or smaller given the circumstances.
I just went up joking and
If you open up the initiative window, you'll also see that I have a separate entry for what the escalation die is. As a reminder, escalation die goes up over the passage of a combat to simulate the increasing desperation and motivation behind the adventurers as they strive to achieve their objective. With that being done, we're going to go ahead and bring you folks into a crash course. That is the purpose of this session 0, to give you all a crash course and combat simulation, so you all can get a feel of what your characters can do, and get a feel of what each other can do, so that you might make any changes before our game begins properly next week.
You should bring up
Also, I'm glad Tina can join us as a bonus 6 player.
He's talking in the background.
Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
noticed,
Yes.
I think.
Yes, we
Jonas and
noticed.
Jake.
I hope it's not too loud.
It actually
Like, I can
is.
move to a different room if need be.
If anything, I would just say mute your Skype, unless you have input, Manaki. At any rate, then, we'll go ahead and get started with our first test combat. I told you folks that you would not be fighting goblins in the actual campaign, and I mean that, unless you somehow endeavor to hunt down the goblins, in which case you have asked for it, and I will give you every single goblin in the world. Let's see, there's 5 of you, so we'll actually build a proper combat for 5 level 1 players. Also, you get off the board. There we go. Hello! This is a balanced counter. Theoretically, you're supposed to be able to fight 4 groups of this before you would need a full heal up. And as a reminder for that mechanic, frequently you'll read in the book that powers or abilities or whatever are used on a daily basis. Daily does not mean you go to sleep for 8 hours, you wake up, and you have it back. It's used just as familiar jargon. Daily in this game means every full heal up, which is given to you by me at a dramatically appropriate time. The book suggests perhaps every 4 encounters, or 3 if they're particularly tough encounters. As a result, this prevents you from sleeping constantly and lurking outside of villain doors with rope trick to try and regain your powers. You have to exercise proper resource management, particularly as 4 of you are spellcasters. We're going to go ahead and get right off the bat here, and I'm going to go ahead and ask each of you to roll some initiative for me.
All right.
Oh god damn, that's low.
Tarnos has a 19 as a win. Tempus there has a 9.
Wait a second, is it just my dexterity modifier or is it also level?
It's also level.
Alright, that's a 12
Oh.
then.
Okay.
I can't edit my initiative macro, so...
I'll make a new one.
Plus level. Okay.
Mine should be a 20 in that case.
Okay. Fine.
Was I the only one who included level?
Mine should be
I
15.
think I'm gonna.
I think so.
That's fine. This is what this test combat situation is for. 1d20 plus your dexterity modifier plus level.
Yep.
Humans roll twice.
Wait.
Yes. I think
There you go.
humans
Much
are
better.
aware on account of the fact that humans are humans. Well,
Oh, the angel
I
tomato.
suppose we can use your reroll, although I just added a +1.
I'm just,
every time.
it's fine. I'm just testing to see if
Right.
it,
Okay.
can I like make it actually say the thing? There we go.
Yeah,
I really need
I understand now. That's a 20 for you. Galen should have a 15. Leon has a 12. Leon, help!
Starting
And
out-
Tempus should have a 10 then, is that correct, Gryph?
Tempus is level 1 with a +5 modifier even.
Right, well, what did he roll? Like, that doesn't
I
tell me.
don't know because I can't see my own macro.
I'm not getting any. I'm not getting a mouse over for his macro. All right, it's a +6. Which
So
that's,
it's, yeah, 9.
all right, fine. It's all right. We go ahead and roll for each group here. Let's go ahead and roll for our goblin scum. Let's go ahead and roll for our grunts. Let's go ahead and roll for our shamans. All right, high initiative from the NPCs here. I love it.
Eyes? No.
Fuck
Like,
you, assholes. Okay.
Because
Damn
PCs
it.
can't have nice things.
seeing a lot of different faces from where-
First round ends up beginning. The goblins, the goblin shamans end up making verbal and visual gestures of derogatory nature at you.
It hasn't done so because both so
So they're
Come to think
pelvic
of it-
thrusting at us.
Come to think of it, so do the grunts. It appears as if they are delaying. Tarnos.
All right. Let's see. Which one of you are wearing light or no armor?
I'm wearing light armor.
No armor.
No.
Heavy.
I think
Alright.
everyone but sheep.
So I'm gonna cast Barkskin, assuming we are in some woods right now.
Sure.
That's
like
a tree
woody
that
area.
counts as a wood, right?
There's more trees within a long distance.
It's just one tree, that's it.
It counts.
All right. So what does Barkskin do?
Barkskin adds a +3 to AC on the target, and I can target myself or one ally.
All right. Who
And
are
I'm
you
gonna
targeting?
Gryph, are you going to do some melee bullshit?
I can only do melee unless I want to plink with a tiny little shitty crossbow.
Alright, so then you have an AC of 20 right now.
Oh, fucking Yaldi.
Is it just a flat bonus, or does it conflict with? Does it like stack with armor, or is it just like light or? Ah, it says right there. Sorry.
Oh, when you don't.
And are we going to move up, or you just gonna stay here? Otherwise I can move up here, I guess.
We can just stare at each other until one of them
What's
leaves.
the ranges again? There's one like this is nearby.
Yes.
Yeah, that's far
and
away.
This is
And
far
this
away.
is far away. And what's this? This is beyond
too far away.
It's beyond.
All right, I'll call it too far away.
That's right.
I'm assuming we're gonna move up, so I'm gonna step 2 here.
Okay. That takes care of Tornos' turn then. Next up, the scum. The 3 scum, they are ordered by their betters to go and have fun. So the scum move and lift up their little short bows and target the Druid.
Oh, hooray.
That's a 16 versus armor class.
Yep, that's a hit.
That's a 20 versus armor class, and that's a miss. 6 points of damage.
Hooray.
Thanks for taking the fire.
And that takes care of
Shut
the
up.
scum's turn. It's Callum's. Calum?
Calum, probably.
Weird way of
Let's
pronouncing my name.
See. That was not my intention. I'm not sure what I can do. Let's just move here, and I would say that's it.
Alright.
Delay!
So you have spells, and then you have like the invocations that would use it like a stir of a battle.
But considering that this would be the first encounter of many to come, I would you probably just save my stuff until shit goes down.
Basic ranged attack.
I don't think I have anything that can properly hit them at far away at all.
Don't have a ranged weapon.
You don't have a basic ranged?
I do. I have a throwing axe.
Yes. For the purposes of this,
can that hit far away?
We'll say that your basic range attack can hit nearby or far away enemies, and if you want to flavor it as throwing a fucking axe that far,
Alright.
then yes, we'll go for it.
And then let's do a basic range attack. Yeah. I don't have any bonuses. Let's go.
That misses the scum.
Yep. Okay.
Alright.
Leon shall move forward and will gather some power.
Alright.
Gathering power will mean my next spell I cast will do double the normal amounts of damage. I also get a free Chaos Blessing. +1 AC.
Alright. Then it's Manakai's turn. What you got for us, M-Dog?
Manaki.exe is not responding.
Oh, I'm muted. Why don't you just skip me for now and I'll move to another room.
Okay. And it is
That
Gryph's
takes
turn.
an hour.
Okay.
The dwarf contemplates the situation.
It's gonna move over here,
Alright.
and I'm going to fire my little tiny arm crossbow at this guy.
Alright, what are the scum? Go for
Yep.
it.
Dink.
Okay.
I was half expecting to do something like, oh, I'll triple move whirlwind backstep.
Alright, that is a hit. It kills one of the scum, and it damages another one. Your attack, again, as an explanation, I did not describe this to you, everyone in the group. These little tiny tokens with the square borders are mooks, and they count as being in a mob. A mob counts as one enemy for the purposes of targeting, which means that if you're shooting one of them, you're shooting the entire mob. And if you deal enough damage to kill multiples of them, then you do so. So as such, something like the bolt from the hand crossbow goes through the neck of one of them, and the body goes flying into the other. Despite it just being like a bolt of a hand crossbow, yes.
So it's a case of, as he's running up, he just throws his arm up, fires one, and just as one of the goblins is raising his shield, it fires straight through the shield, splintering it across, showering his colleagues in sharp splinters as the bolt goes straight through his head.
Yes.
And collapses.
The mooks are designed to give you sort of like fun, flavorful descriptions, sort of like minions, in the sense that multiples of them can be killed with a single attack because they all count as one hit point pool, basically. Although they move and attack independently, they still count as one enemy for the purposes of targeting and damage. With that in mind, the escalation die shall now go to 1. And it is the Goblin Shaman's turn. Well, they spent their last turn taunting, and they had quite a bit of fun for that. We're going to go ahead and move forward now. And, let's see here. Tempus. He was responsible for doing things, and they're having flashbacks to an event in which other Goblin Shamans had spent some time with Gryph's asshole character. So they're going to each lift their spears and shake them at Tempus, performing the Shaking Curse. That is a 17 versus your physical defense. That is 8 points of damage, and until the end of that shaman's next turn, you take 2 damage whenever an enemy engages or disengages with you.
Okay, 8 damage, so that's 22.
The second shaman also performs an attack. That hits as well. Those are both odd rolls. So another 8 points of damage.
Boom! Ow!
Yes. The grunts will move forward, ostensibly to protect the shaman, the shaman, and let's see, those that Leon guy. Leon, he looks pretty dangerous. They're not exactly sure what he's doing. So they're gonna raise their short bows and target Leon. That is a miss, and that is also a miss. Leon doesn't even have to fucking move. It is Tarnos' turn.
Alright. So I could either put an Earth Strength on Leon, or I could move forward and do a Ruination, which targets all of them.
Just AoE or something.
I would also like the Earth Strength, assuming it also adds adds the damage really to my spells.
Yeah, but Leon did a spell, so he will do more damage, so it's
doing double
good if it
damage.
hits.
Sure.
So I will put it on him, and then it's 1 more random ally, so it might be you.
If you want to use it now, you could save it. So
Yeah, I'm gonna use it.
Alright.
okay.
So it's you, as then I roll a 1d3 for 1 being Gryph, 2 being Sheep, and 3 being Manaki.
Alright, go for it. Looks like it is
And it's
Manaki.
Yep.
Woo!
+4 attack, +4 damage until you end your turn staggered or until the end of the combat.
Good. Awesome. That makes Magic Missile a little better.
And we'll even end up saying that since this is a test combat, the Dwarf finally finishes contemplating the situation, and he can go next.
Alright, well,
I've moved you up in initiative.
gotta move over here in that square. Any of them wounded yet?
The mob of goblin scum is wounded. Gryph's character killed one of the goblin scum. They are a mob of mooks, so those 2 actually count as 1 enemy for the purposes of targeting and damage.
Oh, well, I'll target them with a Magic Missile then.
Okay, how much damage does that deal?
That deals right now 2d4 plus 4.
Okay. Alright. You can go ahead and give this a description. You've killed one of them and severely wounded another one.
Right, well, looking at them, sort of coming closer, sort of standing back, taking his time to study them and see how they move. He sort of moves forward quickly in a step, basically slamming the staff into the ground as 2 sort of shining, very quick, sort of. It looks almost like welding sparks fly forward and sort of. First, it sort of cuts into one's shoulder and then continues into sort of the side of another one, collapsing it.
The goblin who died cries out in horror, and the other scum turns to look nervously at the bigger goblins. Unfortunately, they command him to go forth, and he drops his little short bow and runs as fast as he can, doing a double move to engage with Tempus, who takes 4 damage because of 2 shaking curses.
Or they stack.
But he cannot actually attack you. He double moved to you, and that is the end of that.
By any chance?
Well, yeah, I suppose so. It is now Cal's turn.
Okay, well, that's semi-move just because I like to be here.
Yep.
Quick action to cast a heal on Tempus, which is a close quarter spell, so it should work, right?
Yeah, it does not
provoke.
But just because the goblin's in the same square doesn't mean we're engaged to him.
Right, it doesn't mean you're engaged.
Okay.
And it also doesn't mean that you've had to use a move action. Like, you could
Yeah,
easily...
okay. I just wanted to move here because it seems
it's visual.
because now I'm going to smack him.
Yeah, then you are engaged.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will now engage him with my basic melee attack, and the escalation die is 1.
You're gonna hit me for 4, you know this.
I'm not engaging with you, though.
You're
Yeah,
still gonna hurt.
it's only
Am
when
I?
an enemy engages or disengages. He's gonna
Oh, okay.
die. That doesn't count as disengaging. He's dead.
I was thinking, no, shit, don't kill him!
Let me tell you, he is
can't
most
kill my
certainly
enemy.
dead.
I must carry him around with me the rest of my life.
Is that like a warhammer you're wielding, Sheep?
That should just be a war axe, basically.
Oh, a war axe. Well, then you fucking bring it down on little tiny goblin
Oh,
scum's
yes.
head and just slumps to the ground. Leon's
Pat on the
turn.
shoulder for Tempus to get him back on his feet, and then just smack.
Well-
Assuming that you didn't actually want to use your move, because you still hadn't used your move action, Sheep.
No, I'm fine here.
Okay.
Are you sure? You kind of want to move forward a bit? No? No?
I do like having you in the back so that you can intercept if one of those grunts try to
Yes.
charge.
I'm going to move up a bit.
Okay.
I like how you stay at the back of the square.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my Phantasmal Strike.
All right. Go ahead and
Firstly, roll
this.
D4 to see how many of the enemies get targeted.
All right.
All of
All
them!
4 of them, and they all certainly are in a group. They're in the same square.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going. You want separate attack rolls for each?
Separate attack rolls for each, please, and 1 damage roll when it's all done.
We'll do it clockwise.
Okay. Clockwise, starting from the Goblin Shaman, then at the top right corner, that's a hit. The grunt below him is missed. The Goblin Grunt to his left is hit, and the Goblin Shaman in the top left is missed.
Okay. I don't think there was a miss effect. At least I didn't write one down, so I'll assume not for now. So those that were hit take 36 points of damage
Alright.
due to me gathering power before this.
Well, they certainly have less than 10 hit points. In fact, as a matter of fact, I would call them dead.
Well, that was effective.
They are dead and weakened now.
My Chaos
Yes.
Blessing ends, returning my AC back to 15.
Alright.
That will be my turn.
In that case, it is Tempus' turn.
Right. Well, let's move up here. Yep, slide around my colleague. I don't like the shaman, because the shaman have hurt me a hell of a lot more than the grunts.
Yeah, you got a bad history of those shots.
The thing is, though, it's like I can only move 1, and I've got the range until I get in close quarters. It sucks. So
I mean, you could technically double move, but, you know.
miss anyway.
Alright. Escalation die certainly goes up to 2 after that display of fun and adventure. Leads us to the Shaman's turn. Well, Shaman is going to go ahead and move over here, and then he's going to use a Shaking Curse on Leon.
I wonder why.
That will be a 23 versus physical defense.
I have a good physical. I have well, not a brilliant one, but you know.
Not that good.
That is another odd roll, so you take 8 points of damage.
Okay, I take 8 points of damage. 22 hit points.
Also, I accidentally removed the grunt from the damn initiative, the one who was holding it, but I know the grunt would go next. We go ahead and add you back to initiative, little buddy. Come on, up you go. And the grunt will attempt to move past Tempus to engage Leon. Now, because of the intercept rules, because he's attempting to move past you in your same square, you can basically, as a free action, stop him by moving to engage with him, and it stops the movement.
Engage.
The grunt looks incredibly disappointed at this turn of events, so he'll lift his club and try to hit Tempus with it.
Nope.
That is a miss on Tempus. Alright. That will end the grunt's turn, taking us to Tardos.
Alright. I'm gonna try to both of them here, so I'm gonna move like this.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna use Ruination on both of them. Or it
Alright.
targets the the enemy with the highest MP, so we'll see.
That does not hit.
Damn it.
Alright, that's a move and standard action. Do you have a quick action?
Contemplate my life.
Alright. Manaki, your turn.
All right. Well, how wounded does the shaman seem?
Shaman
Not
has
at
not
all?
been touched. Neither has the
Not at all.
grunt.
All right. Well, we seem to be doing pretty well right now.
Technically, the shaman has negative 1 HP because I missed it with the crossbow.
That is a factually correct statement.
If you miss with a weapon, it's just, well, it's always
I
the
see.
thing you have.
Some classes, when they miss with basic attacks, still deal their level in damage.
It makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
Makes sense. All right. Well, he would be. So if I calculate my far away, I can still do the diagonal, right?
Yeah.
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 So all these would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no 1-2-1 here. If
Yeah.
it's 2 spaces away, then it's far away. So he's far away from
Yeah.
you.
All right. Well, Gryph, can you kill that one? Do you think, or do you need to have a little lower health?
I can try. Staggering it would be wonderful if you could, but I kind of need
I'll
momentum.
try. I have that +4, so I'll just deal my guaranteed damage to it for 7 damage. Still
All
correct.
right. That
That's
does not stagger it, but it certainly does hit it.
Yeah. It always hits.
Yes.
Not
That's
it.
why I said it certainly does hit it. It is now
Okay.
Cal's turn.
To engage, do I need to attack or can I just move into him basically?
If you want, if you want to move into him so that you would be engaged, then yeah, you can be engaged.
Okay.
But you don't have to attack him.
Probably thinking of the shaman.
So could I do something like move here, do a ranged attack against the shaman, and then engage with the grunt?
No.
No,
I don't
okay.
think so.
Then I'll move here and throw a Javelin of Faith at the shaman.
Okay.
15 versus physical defense.
That does hit his physical defense. The shaman howls. Leon.
Leon is going to go ahead and throw his Chaos Bolt.
Okay. Who's he throwing that at?
He's going to throw it at the shaman.
Alright.
D20 +4, +2, +4. That is 12 versus physical defense.
That just hits.
Just a hit. Very well. 1d8 +4. That was a natural roll as well, so I get a free Chaos Blessing. +4. That is 9 points of damage minimum,
Alright.
and I get 1 AC.
Okay.
You could
He
probably
staggers.
put those rolls into your macro there too.
Now, is that... No, it's
Well, no,
fine.
but the point is it's working out odd and even because I only get it on and even, and what even odd like that's. We tried that and we just got confused.
Oh, okay.
Alright.
It's also triggered sometimes when it's not that. So
Yeah, that certainly hits him. He is still not staggered, but he's definitely showing the weight of his injuries. Gryph's turn.
Ah, damn it. You know what? I'm going to
Finish
thief strike this
the
goblin grunt. So, that is 1d20 plus 5 plus 1.
That is a miss, and you deal absolutely nothing.
Yep.
The escalation die will go up to 3, and also, I will end up saying that if you want to move to engage in someone in the same square, that would take a move action, rather than
Okay.
it not taking a move action. That makes more sense.
So would it be a move action or a basic attack, or... Because I could basic attack him from where I'm standing right now, couldn't I? Basic melee attack.
Yeah, in that case, we'll just say that you have to move to engage him, then, since you're not engaged. I guess. It makes sense. Makes sense in my head.
Yeah, it does, okay.
For whatever reason, I didn't consider this specific question out of all of the questions I thought of whenever I designed my narrative grid system. I think of so many other possibilities, and this is not the exact one I come up with.
Sure, we'll just say that engaging someone takes a move action. That does make sense.
Yes. And you can
much better
move
for
to
me.
engage someone if you're still, like, in the same... Like he can move and engage
As
someone.
part
since
of a move action?
As part of a move action. I like that.
Sure.
I like that. Alright, the shaman is a bit blustered. Not exactly sure which one of these bastards he wants to prioritize. Well, he's gonna lift up his stick again, and he's going to point it at Leon. 22 versus physical defense.
once again, a hit.
That That is 8 points of damage, and since that is a natural even hit, Tarnos suffers the same engage-disengage effect. So if someone moves to engage with you, or perhaps even both of you simultaneously, you would both take damage.
I see.
Also, what happens when I'm on staggered condition when I have that blessing running?
I don't know what happens when you are on staggered condition. Like,
Well, not my blessing, but the one that Goger gave.
oh,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it ends.
You lose it. You lose it.
And it just ends.
It just ends.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
All right. The grunt, however, is in no position to really want to like try to swim through people to engage the those two over there. He's going to lift his club and try to hit Tempus with it, and miss. Tarnos, your turn.
Alright. I'm gonna cast Spark on the Goblin Shaman.
All right.
Yeah,
That is a miss, but you do deal 1 point of damage,
I do, yes.
whittling him down.
Hooray.
Manaki.
Let's see here. Let's be tactical. I think probably the shaman has lower physical, like AC and such. So it would make sense if I tried to finish off the grunt, or at least to stagger him, because then the melee people can move to the person who's sort of weaker. Besides, I have that nice bonus. There's no reason for me to do anything but just roll my guaranteed damage. Sort of giving 11 damage to the grunt.
Oh, he is so staggered right now.
Yeah.
He is in a deep, dark place,
Good. It better be.
reeling heavily from the guaranteed damage. It is now Sheep's turn.
Oh,
Okay.
let me have him. Let me have him, please. Please.